as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, blue ready. Check point 47. Tackles.
Winston now to throw on first down. That's into the hands of the tight end, Leggett. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? Three-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Let's go one more.
It's caught by Mike Evans. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there, first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Over the middle to Evans. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Well, throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets. And he's
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. The 40, 30, 10. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. He's got Evans. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Evans has it left side. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first. Jameis to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Evans. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Barber on 1st and 10. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Demario Davis there on the stop.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Evans. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Wait, let's get it for purpose. Here we go, hey. Green, come and see.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Winston to throw for it on 4th. And that is going to be incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Saints will have the football back. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at about the 32.
Kill. Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down. Hey, easy.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Hey, echo. 45 to Mike. Watch QB drop. Hey, easy. 45.
From the 38, Breeze. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 yards there, 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Mike, 45. Hey, exit. Pick it up. Check 45 to Mike. Here we go.
On 1st down, Breeze. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. And that'll bring up second down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. That's caught by Meredith right side. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Now Breeze. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. From 8 yards out. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams...
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Corner blitz and a sack by Patrick Robinson.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Breeze will try again on second down. Completes this one to Meredith. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. Shotgun now for Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
Hey, easy. Go.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And complete right side to Cook. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Breeze now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
11. Hey, orbit. Sammy. Let it take.
Breeze now. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Breeze now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. That'll bring up second down. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. From the gun, it's Breeze. Cook's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jared Cook in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Short kick. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Andre Ellington, his first carry. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. First half in the books. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, Coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Hey, Charlie. 45 the mic. Hey, here we go. 45. Mike, 40. Hey, Q.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot that right out of the gate. At worst, you'd open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A gain there of 21 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time.
And this is caught for a touchdown. We'll check the flag, but it looked like a clear offsides, and it should stand. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Lutz with the extra point, and it is 28-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now, nice carry there of 15 yards.
The best offensive lines I know, they hang together and they don't really make a distinction. The right side of this offensive line, they may ask for a raise after that one because without them, that first down doesn't happen.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Hey, we're ready. Pittsburgh, 47. Hey, we're pretty quiet. Flip it. Top.
Back to throw. Barber. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Ready? Blue ready. That was the mic. Come on, ready? Come on, let's go.
From the gun, Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's caught inside the 35. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Play action now. Winston. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Chris Godwin, 33 yards. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. And now Coach Bruce Arians has made the call. His guys will go for 2. They'll look to throw again. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 16. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. In on the stop, Vernon Hargraves.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Breeze finding Kamara. And Kamara has it stripped. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Winston and the Bucs. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Devin White picks up his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Drew Brees. And the Saints add on to their... Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Yes, Michael Thomas is a volume receiver, but he can also make some really big plays, especially with Drew Brees throwing the football.
I love the way you described it. Volume receiver who can also make big plays. In other words, if you underestimate him, he'll run past you or he'll just jump over the top of you and continue to make those big plays.
Winston and the Bucs take over now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Ellington. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Jameis to throw it. Over the middle to Evans. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Jameis now on 1st down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On 1st and 10, Winston. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. From 13 yards out, and the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. Now here's Winston as his guys will line up and go for the 2-point conversion. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Ready, yellow lady. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Shift. 53.
They go play action here on 1st down. Now Breeze wants the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. And that'll make it 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Noah Spence tracks him down away in the backfield for a loss of 16. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter.
The Bucs take over 1st down and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready.
Winston and the Bucs take over now 1st and 10 at their own 21. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Eli Apple. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just started in one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield and small.
The ball comes out. He may try and run for this. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that That puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Bree's going to throw here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Check over.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Gabbert now. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Von Bell. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
21.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. It'll be a gain of 6. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.